the heck was that? Rubber banding at its best. This is probably gonna go into like the highlight reel. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to leveling stream number 5 for Secret World Legends. It's been a good weekend of gaming for me, I should say. I just haven't been able to stop, jumping into Secret World Legends. It's crazy because I've already started writing the review. I should say that, and it's gonna be a very long one. There's a lot to talk about. From a new player's perspective, and also from a current or former TSW player. So I'm kind of contemplating if I should make 2 videos. I think I will. The first one's going to be the new player review. The second one is going to be a comparison between Secret World Legends and the Secret World, to show folks who previously played the Secret World, what exactly has changed, which one's better, stuff like that. And then a third video is going to be obviously a new player guide that I've been working on, which is why everything's going so slow at the moment. But main menu here, you can see I've been working on a Templar alt as well, Kirsten, who is a healer, and I'll get into that more. But first, let's jump into the game. Level 50 after last weekend's stream. I went ahead and just hit level 50 in like an hour after that or something. I mean, it was really, really fast. By the time I finished the Scorching Desert, which was the first Egypt region, I was already 50, and then I had to go and do the City of Sun God, the second Egypt region. That was fun, replaying some of all those missions. Checking chat, Jay Fairclough's in chat. Hey Jay, how you doing, man? He says how the intro kills. Yeah, I think I gotta make a couple of variations before people get bored of that, because there's been quite a few highlights here and there. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Lots to talk about. First things first is the content roadmap for Secret World Legends that Funcom released. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the browser here, and let's go through them, because I think these, some of the stuff that they're putting in there, well, a lot of people are, we've already seen the stuff. For those of us that have played the Secret World, we've already seen a lot of the content that is going to be coming out, and you can see the strategy. We'll get into that. So first things first, Elite Dungeons are out now, and this came on Wednesday, so we already know that, July the 5th. I'm not sure how many of you guys watching this or in chat right now have actually took part in an Elite Dungeon. I haven't, because I'm I'm not sure if my gear could rock it. I mean, I've been looking at the Discord, I've been looking up on Reddit and chat just to see what the requirements are. People are saying you gotta be at least item power 100 or something, 100 more if you want to jump into the Polaris or whatever. I don't know. So that Elite Dungeons scenarios, maybe even layers, I'll do that next weekend, which is going to be the last leveling stream for Secret World Legends before the review comes out. So Endgame, we'll talk about that next weekend, but Elite Dungeons are already out. And then this month, we're gonna continue the main story. So this is interesting. This is issue number 7 from the Secret World. I believe it's called A Dream to Kill. So we are going to be returning to Transylvania to take part in this cool storyline. I gotta say, it's a cool storyline for those who have not played it before, because there's this, as they say here, you've got the snowmobile chase, but more importantly, it sets up the Tokyo story very nicely, because it's going to introduce a character or two that, again, is going to be really prominent. It's going to rock the story going into Tokyo. So I'm excited to play this again, because I haven't really played it in a long time since I did it back on the Secret World. So that's in July, I don't know when. And then July and August, this is the big one for me, the Whispering Tide. I was working a lot 9 to 5 back when the first Whispering Tide came out, so I absolutely missed this event. Basically what it is before Tokyo opens, Agartha, you got all these portals, right, leading to one region to another. So the Tokyo area, the Tokyo portal will be closed, because the field have entered Agartha, and this once clean area, pristine land, whatever they call it, has been defiled by the field. And then you've got the what's it called? I'm gonna say the bird of pathogen 0, or the 0 pathogen bird, which is this thing over here. We, the community, affectionately call it Flappy. So this thing's gonna come to Agartha. It is a 20-man raid, if I remember correctly. It's been so long, but yeah, we gotta fight these things. You know, they happened. I mean, the fights will take place, I don't know, every reset, I think, daily, and only after, I can't remember what the win conditions are, Tokyo will be opened. So this is a real cool community event, which I'm interested to see, you know, with the whole new combat mechanics, where the player base will be in terms of gearing, and you know, watching everybody take part in that. And I think that'll be fun. So July and August, that's coming real soon after we get the issue number 7. So then August we'll go to Tokyo. So this whole Flappy Raid event is only gonna last for like a month or a couple of weeks, depending on how soon the players actually, you know, get one over Flappy. So Tokyo, the first part of Tokyo will be coming out in August. This is basically the Kaidan area, with a couple of, you know, main characters on the west side of Tokyo, I believe. In August as well, we got Lair Mega Bosses, where these challenging areas filled with dangerous enemies can be found in every play field. Are these the ones where you gotta summon them with, you know, some of the parts that drop? Yeah, biggest ritual. So there is a Agartha portal right outside here that's gonna, you know, take you to this place where you can summon these bosses to fight for signets. Signets are already dropping. I've seen them. This is the New York Excursion Zone raid. This is really fun. So that's coming in September. And then, again, September, the other half of Tokyo. So really, this, from now until probably the end of the year, you'll see a lot of this as content that's already come out for the Secret World. Some players are not happy about this. I mean, it, for what it's worth, it's buying Funcom some time to implement whatever Season 2 is going to be. Because after the Halloween event and after the winter event, both, by the way, are superb. If you've never played any of the Secret World's seasonal events, I highly recommend the Halloween one. I just wish it was the 2015 one, which was the one that has the tie into the park and everything. That one was brilliant. Hopefully we'll get to see that soon. So after those two seasonal events, then we got this. This one is what I'm really excited for. Late 2017, early 2018. So we'll be exploring the dark corners of Agartha, meet some of its oldest residents, and then, based on, you know, what's happened at the end of the Tokyo storyline, we will continue the main story, which will send you on your way to a brand new country. And when they first put out the roadmap, I could have sworn it said brand new continent. I think they've gone back and changed that to a brand new country, but a lot of us suspect it's going to be a new continent anyway. So that's coming end of 2017, early 2018. So that's what I'm waiting for. Why couldn't it be sooner? Why can't it come much more quicker or whatever? I mean, for whatever revenue that Secret World Legends is currently making and will make from the Steam launch, that's all going to go into the resource pool for creating Season 2. They already have plans, like, as I said many times, for up to like Season 9, 10, whatever. So they just need the money to start rolling these out. So all this old content they're going to reuse for the next couple of months. It's just going to buy them some time. They are a small team. That's what, you know, they've said many times on stream. So we'll see what happens. But if they start missing deadlines, if they start missing this release dates, then we got a problem and we'll talk about it. But for now, let's just let them work in their stuff. Jay Fairclough says, hungover. How's you, buddy? I'm good, man. I'm lacking sleep because I've been trying to knock out City of the Sun God and move on to Transylvania, which I have done. How are you? How's your weekend been? So, hang on, I got a mail here. Let me just grab my stuff. I sold a drone for 3,000 marks of favor. Excellent. Let me just take that. So the UIs are a little different from last week, because I have found a couple of add-ons that actually work for Secret World Legends. The first one is the top bar. This is the exact same top bar that I use on the Secret World. Actually, no, it's a different author. This one's Mir's top bar, I think. Mir's UI top bar. It's well, it's for the Secret World. That's why you can see, you know, you got the Pax Romana sign, which is basically shards. Then you've got the bullion thingy, which is, sorry, not bullions, the Venice thing, which is now the marks of favor. And it doesn't show you your Aurum. There's no bar for Aurum here. But AP and SP still up here, and then you can, you know, pick a random pet. Auto sprint is a godsend. It's an add-on I think everybody needs to go and get, because whenever you log in game, whenever you finish fighting, whatever, it automatically puts the sprint on you, so you don't have to click clicking X to just keep moving. So that's kind of cool. Also shows you how many friends you got online, your FPS currently, your latency, in-game time, real life time, and a DPS counter, which you can change to like healing or tanking, whatever. So this is kind of handy. You can get your bags from here as well with your character sheet. So yeah, really handy. You have an inbuilt gear manager as well. You can see all the gear that you have will be saved here if you use the manual command, which is /gear manager, and then you can see what you've got, and then just click it to start loading it. So really handy. Mirrors UI top bar. You can just Google it or go to Curse and look for it. It'll be there. So, first agenda of the day. Let's go to Transylvania. The besieged farmlands. My goodness, it's been so long since I was questing or doing missions in there. I think it must have been, I want to say 3 years maybe. And there's this one quest that I did this morning which absolutely drove me nuts. It was called the Cost of Magic. Oh my goodness. We got Acer Knowing in chat. It says, what add-on? It's Mirror's, here, let me just see if I can bring up a UI manager. There we go, add-on manager. So it is called Mirror's UI Top Bar. This is the name, and you know, I'll go one further for you guys because you guys are awesome. So let me just change that to Google. Oh geez, what the hell is a Google? Can't even spell that. Google. Let's see, Curse, TSW. There we go, Curse mods. And it'll pop up as the #1 thing right now because everyone's downloading it for Secret World Legends. So you can see the first two, the first one, Auto Sprint, you want to get that because that is absolutely superb. And then this is the other one, Mirror UI Top Bar. This is what I'm currently using, really, really handy. Everything in between, I mean, these are, you know, simpler energy bar. These are just basically, you know, modifying the statics of your energy or whatever. I'm just gonna clear my throat real quick. Sorry about that. Yeah, but so that's basically it. Everything else is a hit or miss. Like Valerie's Fashionista, which I use, is a hit or miss. Works fine on TSW, but you know, when I put it in here, you'll see if you saw the top hat up here, it's gone now, so there's no way for me to bring it back up. But you could save all your outfits and you can just wear them on the fly and everything. That doesn't work, unfortunately. So hey. Anyway, let's go ahead and, oh damn, where did I stop? Okay, let's just see what I've done so far. Okay, that's right. So I pretty much went and cleared the entire top part here. Transylvania, for those that have no idea what this is or what this zone is, I mean, you've probably heard of Transylvania. Those of you who don't play the Secret World, you know it's, you know, vampires, Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is the setting, essentially. Transylvania here is a little different in the Secret World setting because it is sort of like the place that, you know, it exists with magical and mythical creatures and shit, and no one really knows it exists. There's been vampire crusades going on in here for the longest time, and all of a sudden, you know, this vampire queen's coming back, and she's got an army with her, and our job in here is to kind of, you know, stop that from happening, based on a children's folklore that, you know, the local residents around here know, which is about a dragon, an owl, and an eagle, if I'm not mistaken. So we're kind of exploring what that means. But you know, on the meta perspective, from the, you know, the Secret World perspective, we are here because the Orochi's here again. I mean, we only go to places where the Orochi seems to, like, you know, screw up. So they have an interest in Transylvania, which is what we're doing here. Because in Egypt, as you guys already know from the last couple of streams, they've been experimenting on the field. They've been looking for artifacts. Well, it's because of this thing called the Prometheus Initiative, which is something they've been working on in secret. And if you guys played your faction missions at the end of Egypt, then you'll get to understand what the Prometheus Initiative is more about. Well, what it is, which will give you better context, I suppose, when you guys come to Transylvania. So there's something here in these mountains that the Orochi wants, and So those two storylines are, you know, meeting head to head, which is kind of fun. Not my favorite zone, Transylvania. Not my favorite at all, because I'll get to that later. But it's fun to come back because I have not done this in a very long time, as I said. And this morning I was doing the cost of magic, and anybody who've done that before, you will know that that is one annoying piece of shit. That quest is so frustrating because it's got stealth mechanics, it's got jumping platforms, it's got, oh my goodness. The first time I did it, it took me maybe a full day to get it right, because there's this one section where, you know, there's traps that you gotta jump over, and you couldn't disarm them like you could now. You literally had to jump over booby traps, mines, bombs, whatever. But they've made it a little bit easier now, I suppose, which is kind of nice. I did that in like 20 minutes, call it quits. So this is basically where I stopped. This is I don't know what she is, but she's part of the main storyline. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys if you guys have not played that before. So yeah, I suppose she's like the guardian of this little sanctuary here. You see, you got weird creatures, the green guard, no idea what these are, but yeah. This place is very nature based. You got all the fairies here, and there's like hobbit creatures too. The Bjarni, I think, the Bludgini, which is up there at the cafe. Okay, I'm gonna go into this cutscene, and then we'll see what she has to say. So, Cucavia, I'm just gonna call her that. I don't care what the pronunciation is plagued by the minions of an ancient enemy. With the boundaries between worlds beginning to wane, her tree is more than a safe haven for mythical creatures. It's an outpost that helps defend everything beyond the forest. Okay. Let's check out a cutscene.
You'd think a lovely old lady like me would have no enemies. Well, when you've been around for as long as I have, you're bound to make some. Most are long dead. Some, unfortunately, are as long-lived as I am. Say hoot! Why is this little wheel pointing to food? I can't ever seem to make things sharp. Those third-age hollow imagers were so much easier to use. The Vampire Queen sees me as either a threat or an annoyance. I'm not sure which, but she wants to get rid of me. I thought I'd be extra annoying and send her a photograph. Oh well. I can always make a swift getaway. But I'm needed here. I'm protecting more than my tree against Lilith's children. If I flee, it won't be long before they all fall, and that'll cause trouble everywhere. They're making your life easier, though, gathering in one place like that. Just the sort of thing we need for a preemptive strike. And I'll see if I can't dig up some other device to capture your moment of glory.
I don't know how old she is, but you see her messing around with the camera. I mean, when you first meet her, she was trying to mess around with the computer, which was kind of funny. So, yeah, she did mention a really interesting name there. So, first timers or whatever, do take note, because these things tend to pop up, because their writing is very, very clever. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to search. Objective tier 1 is search her tree for useful items. You know, radical mode, you just look around and it just lights up whenever there's something here. So we got crystals in here. Oh yeah, Black Watchman. I'm wearing the hoodie right now. So ARG rewards are here. If you guys took part in the ARG, if you got the code, then you should have gotten all your stuff, which includes the hoodie, a jacket, and a what do you got? Weapon distillate, a talisman distillate, and then you've got all your Shadowbound weapons as well. And I have not claimed any of the Shadowbound weapons. You know what? It's kind of suck. It kind of sucks because it's too late for me. I'm so far deep into my primary weapons now that, I think back over the last 2 weeks, the amount of anima shards and the amount of upgrading that I've done. to get them to the epic stage. I really don't do them again for my Shadowbound weapons, because there are better weapons, and you know, I do intend to go into the end game with this guy. So I don't know how viable the Shadowbound weapons are, because what their unique thing about them is that they have like a 20% chance to spawn the Revenant, who will attack the enemy with his blade for like the damage skills. I can't remember what the damage is. And the suffix for the weapon is energy, so you have a 33% chance to restore 1 energy for every power move you apply. I don't know if that's viable for endgame or not, so please, if you guys have any idea, do let me know. But other than that, my alt is using the Shadowbound weapons, which I will probably get to later. So,
Quick access inventory updated.
imbued apple and a Gaian root. Okay, Gaian root here. Imbued apple. What is that? What is imbued with what? That's what I'm curious to find out. I go to Cucavia's animal well, heading there right now. I mean, she is just tucked away in the little corner here. Kind of like the Besieged Farmlands version of the Gandalf character, I suppose. Let's plant the root. Cool. Is that my own path? Does he follow me? Okay, he does not. So let's assess the threat in the canyon. So that's tier 2. I see a werewolf over there. Yep, slave dog gladiator. Oh damn it! I did change my build right before I left Agartha, so I will probably need to go back to like a solo build. This is what I use in dungeons, so it's really just, you know, lots of solo and cooldown stuff. Oh damn it! I actually used a potion. That's my equals. If you guys can see, that's like my equals keybind. So I really need to remap that. All right, I'm just gonna wait until that cools down. Just check chat real quick. Oh, we have a bunch of people in chat. We got Crummy. Hi, Adrian. Hey, Crummy. How you doing, man? Ryan Wolf. It's Aunt Cuckoo. Hey, Pinch. How you doing, Pinch? Dragonflies has a message retracted, so I don't know what he's saying. Gigi Meister says, I'm watching. J Freckles, oh, Dragonflies. Oh my god, I'm just gonna read this out. Wow, how the fuck has this faggot managed to reach 4K subs? Good question. I mean, I love reviewing MMOs, and I do them in my style, and I try to go in depth and show people what the leveling process is like, and what are the good and the bad. So there are some who like the in-depth version of the reviews, and there are some who don't. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Gigi Master says, go find one you like then. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like the stream, you don't have to watch it. I'm not forcing you to sit here and watch me play games. You don't have to do it. Spend your Sunday doing something you like, Dragonfly, like flying around other streams. Ryan Wolf says, chill out, guys. Don't bother. Just enjoy the stream. Not trying to hate. Well, here. I care about the people that want to watch the stream more than I care about, you know, the ones that are disrupting them. So, let's move on here. Oh, I need to change my build. I forgot about that. Gear manager. Oh, see, when you have the top bar, I don't know why I keep forgetting. You could just click gear and then just pick one of them that you save. So I'm just gonna go with solo 1, and there we go. That's changed now. Just to make sure that all my gear is saved. It is okay. Cool. Let's kill more stuff. So yeah, Transylvania. Everything you probably have in mind about this region. Werewolves, vampires. I mean, there's more too. Like, I want to say. I know they're demons because one of the hell dungeons are actually here. which I've already done. Um, yeah, lots of funky creatures. But the main storyline in here, which is you know, Vlad, who is he is Dracula in a way, in SWL's interpretation, but he's the good Dracula. So I like that twist. I'm just wondering if I should be beating them the normal way, or these shards are for something else. Focus on it long enough to call out the destructive nature force. I'm just gonna wait until I get to the end, because I do see something huge up there. That looks like one of the vampire type golem things. So the vampires in Transylvania aren't your typical, you know, blood-sucking thing. These guys are sort of experiments. I know that the Soviets were here way back in the day, and they started Steve Rogers style experimenting on the super soldier, and what they came up with was like vampires and all kinds of machine cryo using humans, whatever they are. So all that's in the facility, I think, or slaughterhouse. I don't remember. But yeah, we'll go and pick up the facility dungeon shortly, and we'll just see what it is. Okay, so kill the Budzenlander. Sorry, Berzenlander, is that what it is? So I'm just gonna hit Shift 1 and see if that crystal does anything or not. Apparently it does. But I can't do it in there. I gotta pull him out here. So that's my... I'm just gonna pull him real quick. Come on down here. Let's Shift 1. I'm not sure if that did anything at all. Hopefully I didn't waste it for something else. I've not done this mission in a long time. I don't remember what they entail. And for like City of the Sun God, I'm not ashamed to admit that I've cheated a few times. I've been going to Unfair, and I've been looking up at their guides. Some of the investigation missions here is just... Yeah, so I don't know if that crystals in my hotbar did anything or not. So find a path to the top of the canyon. So it's gonna go jump around here. I see a path to jump around on. Yeah, that should be it. No, that is not it. Oh, major stutter there. That seems to be happening a lot. I actually have a folder of all the screenshots I got from crashing, and my goodness, the crashing after the July 5th patch is getting pretty bad. I crash maybe twice a day. Once when I'm browsing the auction house. Every time I scroll down, I got this TSW Win32 crash thing. Oh, I see. We got snipers. Great. Should have known. What is this? You are protected by our guardian, who is not even following me. I got the sniper shooting at me from up there. Just gonna run for it. Okay, safe. And I didn't pull the little werewolf, so that's cool. Yeah, it's not gonna shoot me from here. Oh, you bastard. There's no way in hell nobody could pull that shot off. Okay, it's either left or right here. I'm gonna try... I'll try left. So these are the vampires, for those who have not been here yet, in Transylvania. They use sort of like a, you know, the fist weapon. But if you take a look at their mouth, you'll see that they've got this sucking kind of like needle thingy there. That's how they get the blood. And there's this thing where there's like a blood fused thing. What is it called? A blood? Well, you basically see a human just hanging from like a stick there, and that's where they go to get their daily dose of, or their meal, I suppose. So that's kind of interesting. I like that design here for Transylvanian vampires. bastard dogs here. Is that the... Oh, so those are the snipers. Well, I'm just gonna make my way through the side here. See if they don't get me at all. Alright, so kill this sharpshooter. 24,000, I should be able to take him on. Checking check again. Crumb says, I'm good. I'm just friends with Pichaco. Just thought I'd drop by a bit. Sorry I can't stay long. Hey, no worries. I do enjoy, appreciate you guys dropping by. I really don't... It's gonna be a really short stream for me anyway, because I've been up a lot during the weekend, so I really need to catch sleep, and it's gonna be Monday tomorrow. Ivan says, hi, does anyone know when they are adding auxiliary weapons? Ivan, based on the last Funcom stream, which was a week ago Friday, they did mention they have plans for auxiliary weapons, but it's not gonna be the same as it is on the Secret World. They're gonna shake things up a bit, so it's not gonna be the whole wheel thing again. I have no idea basically what plans they have, so I can't say, but they do have plans for that, so stay tuned. Crumb says, see you. Ciao Dulu. Ciao dude. Thanks for coming. Heavy Rain says, hi Heavy Rain, how you doing? Jay Fairclough says, I wonder if they would ever add Hillary Clinton as an OP dungeon boss. I don't know. You talk to Funcom, dude. There's a whole bunch of bosses that'll be fun to fight against. So let's go get rid of this guy here. When you're up and close against sharpshooters, they don't have that sniper effect on them. That's nothing to worry about. Let's cool down a little bit. My bar is getting a little hot. So yeah. So far, as I said, I mean, next weekend's gonna be the last stream before I put out the review, and that's gonna be the Endgame stream. And the one thing that I'm finding is gonna be taking up most of your time is balancing the item. Oh, what the I killed you, remember? Well, that kind of sucks. So I'm gonna have to make a run for it. Ivan says, cool, I don't see that stream. Thanks for the info. No problem. If you don't follow Funcom on Twitch, I mean, they do post up there a lot. If not, then there's a link to their Discord as well. They're very active on Discord, which is interesting because a lot of devs for MMOs do that. So get in their Discord and you'll see a lot of the announcements and stuff like that as well. Ryan says, but I don't know who you are. Wait, so you're friends with Crummy Crump, Pinch, but you don't know who that is? Pinch, what have you been doing? What kind of friends have you been making? Where have you been going? I haven't seen you in a while, Pinch, so I don't know what you've been up to. But yeah, you're bringing people to the stream, dude. Be careful of who you meet on the internets. That's what grandmas and grandpas will say in like 50 years from now. So I'm gonna have to make a dash for that thing there. For the sniper sees me. Oh, barely. Oh, there we go. Oh, just made it. And these guys didn't see me too, but they've got their backs turned. I'm gonna go up forward. Wait, that's not fair. It's not fair. Does a tree work? Yeah, it does. Slave Dog Fury and Vampire. It's really weird seeing vampires and werewolves together. So you can jump up without fighting them. I don't care if I get them though. Nope. How come I'm not pulling aggro? They are level 47. I'm on level 50. Unless their aggro, radius is really, really small. So here we are. Oh, this looks like a fighting pit of some sort. Find the leader of the Northern Ridge. Probably this guy. Slackless. Alright, let's go ahead and start the fight. Slight delay in my skill. Okay, one more. It is 10 a.m. In the west, which is probably optimal time to start running dungeons, I suppose. Oh, I gotta make my way through this crap. So here's the thing. This is one of my favorite mounts from the Secret World. It's the Hovertech stealth board from the Arachi. I can't remember which thing it is. But the cool thing about this mount is you could just go invisible stealth mode and you could just fly through all these crap. It doesn't work for sabotage missions like the Cost of Magic. Yeah, I tried. I actually tried to stealth my way up, but it does not work. But for everything else, works like a charm. You can get past all these death guards and shit. Oh, crap. Okay. Defeat Tagomir Selmar. That's a mouthful. So he's got a bunch of vampires at 13k each. I'm gonna go to my shotgun build. I like to shake things up. So this one is... Oh. See, I keep forgetting. I could just click it here. Shotgun is solo number 3. Loading build. There's a cooldown on at least one ability you have currently using. The deck will be loaded automatically once the cooldown ends. What are you talking about, dude? My entire bar is cooldown free. Oh, unless you meant the mount. Alright, let's go for it. Let's kill this guys first. He does have a couple of buffs. The thing about vampires in Besieged Farmland or wherever is that they have this evade buff, which is really annoying. It happens every few seconds for a bunch of... I don't know how long it is, but... Oh shit, they're all getting heals. Oh no! Oh shit! Did I pull everybody or... No! Okay, I'll take the death. I'll take the death. If that allows me to change to my shotgun build, which is kind of why I freaking wanted it in the first place. Whenever there's more than like 4 enemies, including a boss type character, shotgun seems to work magic for me because of the self-heal, because you get the self-buff, and then kneecapper is also a great skill. Let's demo that real quick. So solo 3. Primarily shotgun. I've only got Mjolnir in there and the one elemental skill in there just to spam. Otherwise, I could. Okay, hang on here. Let me just change things up real quick. I'm gonna take out Mjolnir and I'm gonna use my no crystallized frost. This thing is super helpful, especially when you have a bunch of alts, mobs. I mean. So that's basically it. I mean, you're not effectively using your elemental heat, I should say, but at this point, really, it doesn't matter. So I'm going up there again. Okay. Oh, damn it. Do I have to go through all the snipers and shit? Well, I'll just run through. I'm shotgun now, so I can pretty much take everything. Ryan says, no. Oh no, I'm not going the right way. I can't go up from here. Gigi Meister says, I'm really liking Blood Chaos at the moment for leveling. Third characters, a charm, rerolled a few times. What was the first two? Like, do you remember your first two builds? What they were? Blood and Chaos. I've gone for Blood and Assault Rifle for my healing character. I mean, the assault rifle for me, I like some of the stuff it does. The whole grenade cooking thing, I'm not a big fan of that. I really am not, because sometimes when you're so in the heat of the moment, the last thing you want to be thinking about is, oh shit, I've got this grenade that I need to throw now, or else, you know, I'm gonna take damage. So that, but the good news is, of course, that there is a grenade for healing as well. So I guess once you spec up that, it should be fine. But I don't have enough AP yet. I don't know what I'm doing with this guy. I'm just bringing him around. Oh, you know what? I've got the like crystals and stuff in my bag. I have not used, so maybe that's gonna work. All right, let's grab this guys. takes a lot longer on shotgun, but then again, you decide on the shells whether you want heal shells or you want the uranium shells. I love uranium shells when you're dealing with a lot of mobs because of the the healing and stuff. I solo a lot of the bosses, not the champions, by the way. I'm talking about bosses like the ones that don't drop the item reward bags, like loot fisk, however you pronounce that. And there's another one as well that the bone collector. I did that solo in City of Sun God just with shotgun, which I thought was really cool because it was never like this in the Secret World. I mean, shotgun was never a tanky type thing. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try and use an apple or something. I have no idea what these. So this one gives me a good amount of HP. So it's a heal apple from the quest, which I should probably start using. That's why they gave it to me in the first place. So let's put the Gaia imbued apple and a crystal. So I am gonna hit shift 1. Oh, shift 1 and put that in there. Oh, too late. Alright, here we go. Oh my god, vampires. What is that noise? I'm gonna use an apple now. They just don't seem to die. Is there a mechanic I am forgetting here? Like I should be taking out this guy first instead of everybody else. Man, screw this blood stuff. Shift 2. So apparently I got rid of him, but I don't know how, because I totally missed that trying to look at my hotbar here, waiting for the anima and few shells. So I totally missed what just happened, but I guess I killed him, so haha, fuck you! Goddamn vampires! Okay, let's pick up this desecrated relic here. A holy relic has been desecrated and used in dark rituals. Maybe it still holds some powers that could be used against the creatures of darkness, and it could be placed elsewhere in order to protect some of the survivors in the area. Okay. Pick up the relic, which really looks just like a cross or a stake. I don't know.
Quick access inventory updated.
Test the relic on werewolves and vampires. Here we go, Twilight mode. Let me just turn that in real quick. Okay, so from Christian Guri, we're in the heartland of mythical here. I'm dusting off the fairy tale section, but frankly, it's been a while. Until we process the facts, you're simply going to have to rely on your initiative. The going hypothesis is that Cucavia may be one of the oldest creatures in the world, certainly of the not trying to kill us variety. We haven't pinpointed an age just yet, but we're talking extremely experienced and or the Illuminati are admittedly a youth-oriented organization. We respect power more than experience, but in the case of Cucavia, we're outside our frame of reference. Following this one under TBD. Yeah, so they don't know what to make of her. Great. So the crappy thing is I've got this stuff in my inventory, and okay, thank God. So I'm gonna keep the apple because if I remember correctly, the apple will heal me outside of the mission as well. So I'm gonna test this. That didn't work. Let's try it again. Shift 3. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let me just get rid of my hoverboard. Maybe that's what's stopping it. Let's try that again. Shift 3 for the relic. Maybe a normal vampire, I suppose. Okay, here's a werewolf. Shift 3. Oh yeah, that worked. Purple's good for the bonus power. And you know, crit rating and everything's low right now because I have not put any glyphs into my weapon just yet. because I'm still looking for the ideal glyphs. For DPS, it's gonna be hit rating and critical, and a bit of crit power as well. I mean, it really depends on what your weapons are, what kind of build you're going for, and what the suffix is at the end of your weapon. But I'm personally going for 2 crit glyphs on my weapons, 2 more on talismans, 2 hit glyphs as well, because my glance, I want my glance reduction to be at least 5% before I do the elite dungeons next week. And then crit power, I don't even know if I need that or not. Vampires, okay, could be these guys. I'm going back to solo 1 now. Solo 1. Let's burn these guys and burn them quick. So let's test the power of the relic here. That did not work. Target is out of range. Okay, let's do that again. Alright, that worked. Test a relic on ghouls. I know where they are. Quickest way to get there is just to port back to town. So while I'm porting, let's check chat real quick. Where did we see? Where was I? Oh, Gigi says, for single heal, Sanctuary is pretty nice. Can shield and cast again heal. Sanctuary, yes. Ivan says, I tried to use blood for healing PvP and the shield was like 300 HP. I don't know how the equal adjustment works, but I was really disappointed in my healer rating. It doesn't really... the scaling's not great if you're jumping in pretty low. I'd say wait until like you're 30 or 40 plus before you go into PvP and make... You know, you could click the 3 different options, right? You can go for like a DPS, or you can go for a tank, or you can go for heal. I don't know how much bonuses that actually gives you, so I can't really say. Unfortunately. Jay Fargo says, dude, we need to go up on Divinity Original Sin. Oh man, I have not played that in a long time. I mean, I played it for maybe an hour or so, and then I stopped because when that game came out, I was playing another MMO, but I really like that game because of the the strategy elements and the fact that you had environments that comes into play as well. Like if you see water and it's raining and you cast electric, and an enemy standing on that puddle is all going to take damage. I really love that in a strategy game. Eugene says, hey man, hey Eugene. Ryan says, hasta la vista, baby. Who said that? Oh, okay, I know. Arnold Schwarzenegger. G-Marcher says that Ivan says, hi, I heal for 250 on my level 17, so maybe something funky going on with scaling PvP. Yeah, scaling definitely is off for heals, especially heals. I tried that on my AR as well. It didn't last. You guys saw that in stream. It was barely like 2 seconds. Heavy Rain says, so we don't need to type Gear Manager save easy, just download this add-on. No. You will need to use this the commands like / Gear Manager save and then the name of your build. So you need to save them using the commands first. What this add-on does, it shows you all your saved add-ons in a list, and then you just click them to automatically equip them. So it bypasses a lot of the other commands you need, like use or So it's just basically one click and you're switching it, but you still need to save them manually for them to appear here. So that's what the add-on does. I mean, it's just really handy. So in just before a boss fight or whatever, you won't need to open up your chat and stuff because of how there's a bunch of extra actions you got to take. For example, you need to either hit Alt or you got to press Enter, and then you got to do all that stuff. I mean, that's such a klutz when you're in dungeon or whatever. So it's just one Alt, one button, click, done. So in a matter of seconds, you just change your build, which is kind of why I like it. Also, fun fact: it shows me that there's no slots left, whereas back in old TSW, you could buy slots for packs for mana. I think they incrementally or gradually increase in price, but I don't know if they're gonna introduce more slots or not. But the default you can have is 5. I'm sure they're gonna monetize it. Of course, why wouldn't they? So they could cost ARM or something like that. I don't know, but I'm okay with 5 for now because I've only got 2 weapons. I've only got shotgun and elemental, so Ivan says, yeah, that cross is like a 5-meter range. Yeah. Can you imagine if you had a cross and there's like a vampire and you're standing like 20 feet apart and you hold it up and he's not looking at you, it doesn't work. Yeah, I suppose I should have gotten closer. Graspy807, hey Graspy, he says YOLO peeps, YOLO indeed. In fact, after I'm testing this goals, we're gonna jump into the facility. Let's see what the story dungeon is for the Transylvania region. It's pretty funky. I kind of like a lot of the boss fights. The facility, I'm trying to remember. Back in TSW, I can't remember which one of the dungeons that this weapon drops. So I think I was looking for a shotgun, a cryo something. I can't remember what it's called, but it was my favorite shotgun in TSW. Farmed the crap out of those dungeons to try and get it. So 5-meter range. Let's go use the relic on a ghoul. Excellent. He's now slow or debilitated. I do not know. Okay, mount the relic on the church altar. We have a church here in the north side of the besieged farmlands, and the church it's got some really cool characters. Father Lucian is one, and the other one is like a former Hadsdian, I think that's what his name is. He's like a former general of the vampire army, but then he defected to the good side because he didn't like the way that how the vampires have become now. They're all bloodlusty, and they're building an army and they're just killing for the sake of killing and whatnot. So this guy is like a former vampire general, and he's sitting in a church, and this father is just a father. So both their quests have really funny dialogue about the two of them just stabbing each other through words, which is kind of fun. So great quests over here. Okay, so let's there it is. Hey Pinch, Ryan, are you still in chat? Did you go to church this morning? Yes. Did you go to church this Sunday morning? This should be deja vu to you. So let's turn in this real quick.
Peace be with you.
Okay, oh sweet, I also have a case here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna head back to Agartha, store some stuff, because I haven't opened my daily case yet, and then we'll jump into the facility. So, Heavy Rain says, I'm still in Egypt and level 39. YOLO. If you're in Egypt at level 39, you're doing it right, dude. Because a lot of us are, I first got to Egypt at like 45. And I was 50 by the time I entered the City of the Sun God. Which, in the end, if you really want to play this on level, and in case you've never played this before, then I think, going at the level or a slower pace will be actually more fun than being overpowered and over leveled all the time. But unfortunately, because of how the daily challenge mechanic works, so you hit Shift J, that's going to open up your daily challenges, sorry. And you got to do a whole bunch of stuff, like you got to do 8 main missions a day, 8 side missions a day, 150 monster kills. So and all these will, if you are a patron, it's going to earn you 12,000 marks of favor, which again is significant if you do them every day for like a week. The problem is everybody wants to do them quick, right? So they'll go and repeat older content, and when you do that every day, you're really out leveling everything else that's ahead of you. So oh look, oh no, I saw this happen to somebody else, but apparently I caught the bug now, which is it looks like a permanent teleport motion here. Well, that kind of sucks. Is it just my lag? Let me see. I'm at 212 latency right now, which is actually pretty good. Oh, it's 279. Never mind. That's kind of stupid. It's like I am the bat. So I'm sorry. Hey. Oh, damn it! It went away. But that would be funny if I just run in front of people and do that thing. Okay, in front of my back now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't crash, because every time I open banks or open my auction house and shit, I do have a tendency to crash. So let's just check the price of the Aurum real quick. This weekend it has stabilized somewhat. Last weekend, well, for the past week, I think it's been around 147, 140, 143. I think it was 143 on Monday, and it's steadily increase. I bought a lot of them at 146 to 145 on my characters as well. So that's why I've got the 1,000 here, which I'm really saving because I have no idea what, because I've already have an epic elemental weapon here, but then I've also picked up something this week, which is the Apparatus of Havoc MK2, and this is really interesting. I really like the passive thing here, which is that whenever you use a hit reducing ability, you do not immediately lose hit. So I've got 2 seconds if I have the energy to fire off another Mjolnir for free, essentially, without increasing my hit. And then after 2 seconds, it goes down to whatever my flash wave or whatever. So I kind of like that. It's going to be extra DPS, even though it's a little, I mean, it still bursts. I'll take my chances. So I'm probably saving my Aurum to buy, one of those things that changes it to MK3 or something. So that's 2,500. Is it 2,005? Yeah, it's 2.5k Aurum. I'm far away from that, so I'm going to open my daily case here and hope for the best. I don't even know what I'm hoping for. I actually want distillates, because distillates, everybody was like, we want extraordinary weapon drops, we want dungeons to mean something, and I get that. I felt the same way. At the very start, you were doing all these dungeons and you were getting distillates and distillates and distillates. Little did we know then that you would need a shit ton of distillates to power up your weapons, and because of the fact that you'll never know what kind of weapons you get, and now that they've increased the drop rate, everyone's getting the weapons but not necessarily have enough distillates or XP to level up their weapons. So now it's that catch-22 situation, where some of the players are like, oh, see, all you crybabies and whiners, now we don't have distillates anymore. On the other hand, they're like, we have all the weapons now, but they're all MK1 and they're all faded talismans and shit. So really, in an MMO, nobody is ever really pleased. For me, I kind of get a good balance, because I do have some great drops from dungeons so far. Like I've got a hit piece, Ashes of Crushed Cities or something like that, which is MK. Sorry, not MK. It is a luminous version. So I'm hoarding that, but I do need distillates, and that's why opening chests is really important. Caches, sorry. So yeah, let's open one, see what we get. Bag of Purified Talisman Distillate. There we go. Let's just hope for the best in that one, because it sometimes gives me like the 4k, which is the lowest, but you can get like a 25k one, which is absolutely superb. Let's go ahead and open the Third Age Fragments. That's 8. And the Purified Major, so that's 4. Blech. I can barely do anything with that. And of course the Signet Distillate. I don't have any Signets yet. I probably will never buy one. Oh man, bank is full. Shit. I'm such a cheapo. I won't use my Aurum to unlock more space or whatever. If I have to live with space limitations, fuck it, I'll live with it. For now, at least. So Signet goes there. I've got 10 of these glyph distillates, because I have not put my glyphs in, and that's what's hogging my bank space right now. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to try and upgrade my belt, because it's a level 24 and my current chain is 25, so I just need this to be 25, and then I can fuse it to another purple, so that's good. Because as I said, if I want to be doing the Elite Polaris next weekend, I'm gonna want my item power to be up at 100, because that seems to be the standard or the bar that the community or the player base is looking at if you want to do Elite 1. Elite 2 is a totally different story, and I'm not interested in Elite 2. I just don't have the time for that. So let's see here. Let's open a couple of bags. I need, there we go, talisman bags. Oh shit. It's a Radiant Buckle for healing. Oh shit, it's a Radiant Pigment for health. Hey, give me something good. Aw, oh, damn it. I kind of stopped that. The good luck charm. So, I really wanted to, upgrade my belt here, but I guess I can't with these two. This would probably keep for my healer. Oh, this is a tanky stuff. I don't even know if I want to use that or not. Let's put this in. Is that 25? No. What about this? No. Oh, freak. I'm so close. I'll probably sacrifice the tanking head, I guess. Clearing short. Ryan says, yes, I did. Praise the Lord Almighty. God bless you. Dude. Thank you, I suppose. Jay Franco says, we won the bunny pants. Oh no. That had its day in the spotlight. I don't know if I should do that again. That's gonna be awful to watch, for me at least. Ivan says, I just put in my call of the Revenant code. Should I claim all the weapons on one character? Do those special items expire eventually if you don't redeem them? They do not. They will remain in your delivered items for as long as your account is still active. As for having them all in one character, if you do not plan to make alts, if you plan to play on one character forever, and eventually you will need to put all your AP and SP somewhere, so you're gonna be buying all your weapon pages. So if that's how you see the future, your future, then sure, go ahead and claim everything. Just know that they are gonna take, valuable bank slot space and stuff like that. So, and don't accidentally, fuse, upgrade them or use them as fodder to upgrade or fuse, because that has, I'm not even sure if that can happen. So yeah. Ivan also says, hey, how did you get that mining helmet item in your bank? I missed my hat flashlight. This one? That was from the main story in the Blue Mountains. I could not destroy it for some reason, so yeah, I was using Dawning of an Endless Night. I could not destroy it. That's why I kept it in there, because I don't
Quick
know.
access inventory updated.
There's no missions in Transylvania, Carpathian Fangs, or the other one, the last one. If I remember right, that uses a mining helmet. Tokyo, I don't think so either. I can't remember if Tokyo has it, so I'm pretty much done with that. See, I can't delete it. That's why when I put it into my personal bank, it just went in there. So it's basically taking out one frigging space, which is unfortunate. But it's only because I can't delete it. And that's the Cabal bank. Yeah, laugh out loud, because it's just a mess of glyphs and shit that I've been hogging. But as soon as I've cleared all this stuff, then I'm taking this character out of this Cabal, and I'm gonna join another Cabal to run all the endgame stuff. But that's much later, especially the Flappy raid, which is coming, and gets on Laris and shit. So, but there is a lot. That's a mess. Still have not found an intricate glyph, which is rare. Okay, let's just move this along, shall we? I just need to upgrade one more item. I'm going to sacrifice something. I'll sacrifice... No. Yeah, I'll sacrifice that. Screw it. I can always find another knot. So, belt here. Belt, knot. 25. There we go. Okay, let's bring that here. Let's start fusing. So, belt here. Radiant belt, luminous belt, and now we have a level 1 epic. So base stat for 25 is 292 attack rating. For level 1 epic is 339, 70 for both protections, and 60. 2,000 marks of favor. I have 25k. Yeah, should be right. So there you go. That's that. And that only, that has increased my item power by 1. So that's like the other purple. I mean, these are all base level 1s. I still have a couple of blue ones here that I've not actually put any experience points into, because as I said, if you look at my bags here, these are all glyphs and weapons. I have not had the time to go and farm for like talisman bags or anything, and that's why distillates. I gotta run dungeons for distillates, I suppose. Okay, let's start doing them. Let's start running dungeons. Screw the apple. I'm gonna eat the apple right now. Just to, get space. Come on, apple, eat. Okay, apple's not working. Let me just destroy that. What about these two? Should I sell them? I'll try and sell the health tanking thing. This one's called Radiant Pigment. Let's see how much they go for. So, talisman. Cheapest one is 900. Wow. Most expensive one is, ooh, look at that. Radiant Pigment from Beyond. That's like 150,000 MOF. Holy shit. Whenever you are hit 5 times in succession, your protection is increased by 255 for 2 seconds. That's decent, yeah, I suppose. But everything else, this person just wasted like 30,000. No one's buying that. Because every time you list an item, you have a fee. So it's 900. Oh my god. I'm not even making any profit. Screw it. I'll go 899. Let's see if any takers. So that listing fee 5%. So I'll only make like 853, whatever. I don't see myself tanking in this game at all. Digimeister asks, what is the theory behind all the bags in your inventory? Yeah, I get this question a lot. Somebody actually posted on one of my past streams asking, why the hell do you not open your frigging bags? So I'm actually, because I've got I don't have the shards to do what I necessarily want to do. So I was speaking about weapons, for example. So I've got all these weapon bags, but I'm kind of happy with where my 2 weapons currently are. So I don't see the need to feed more anima shards into them because I'm saving those for the glyphs. So basically what I plan to do moving Monday, because of all the concern from you guys are concerned about bags. I agree. I've been a hoarder. It's part of me. It's part of who I am. I like to hoard stuff. I wish I could show you my room over there, and you'll see exactly what I mean. That's who I am in real life too. But I plan to open up all these weapon bags and sell them. I know a lot of people are gonna be, not happy about hearing that, but I actually need the shards for upgrading glyphs and whatever. So I might sell maybe a bunch of weapons from these bags and then upgrade all the ones that I have for myself and alts, stuff like that. I don't know. We'll think about it. I don't want to think about inventory right now. So let's go ahead and go pick up the dungeon quest. And let's run that. Ivan says, nice, thanks for the info, man. No problem. The Graspy says, I'm an MMO hoarder with banks. Hey, virtual high five, buddy. We both have I mean, it's a thing. I don't know. If I open all of them and then I end up with a bunch that, it's just more work for me. Well, I suppose I could upgrade this one, get it up to 25, but then again I'll need another elemental weapon to fuse that bugger to get him up to epic, and then the hard decision comes whether I want to keep this or use that. So there's a lot to ponder when it comes to your weapons in this game. Your weapons, talismans, and glyphs. Okay, if I am right, it is somewhere here, somewhere near the vampire hunter. I just got mail. Are you telling me somebody bought my radiant stuff? Yeah, somebody did. That's barely 3 minutes. We were writing before me that 1 radiant pigment has been bought. So I'll take my attachment. So I've pretty much just made back a little bit of money from that. As I said, I'm not going to tank at all in Secret World Legends, so. Vampire Hunter is here. I believe the dungeon quest is there as well. I just can't remember if there was like a cutscene that plays, or we picked it up from like a back of a truck or a tank or something. Oh, here it is. So, Strange Transmission. This is the mission that you want to be picking up if you want to do the dungeon. From the Valley of the Stars we visited. So, the radio truck, and you'll see like this they've got this star, the red star. The red hand is a faction, basically. You can see the Soviet icon logo thing over there. So the red hand is like the faction of Soviets that came to Transylvania and started experimenting, and they cooked up all kinds of mutants and crap like that. So that's kind of why the facility exists. DJ Meister says, isn't there max per day you can sell? For the auction house? Yeah, auction house is like 10. But when I meant sell it to a vendor because they do cost, like, see if I hover over this, they cost 250 anima shards. So for everything that I don't use, for example, chaos and fists and stuff, none of my alts use those. So I'll just sell them to a vendor for anima shards because they give you more than what the caches give you. Caches give you 50, but weapons that I don't use give you 250. So there's that. If I have extra bags, because I am all out of talisman bags, man. All I have are glyphs and weapons. So unless, of course, I just power through the entire week just questing, and grab a whole bunch of bags, and then they'll give me more hoarding problems. All right, let's pick this up. Something is still transmitting from within the Soviet installation. Ahead, an opening has been recently bashed into concrete, perhaps by vampiric invaders. So yeah, the radio of a truck abandoned on the outskirts of the Soviet installation is picking up a strange repeating transmission. Though the distortion, through the distortion, you can make out a woman's voice and a reference to the Red Hand. Red Hand, Red Skull. Oh, cutscene.
Open signal to the inner outer reaches. Please respond. Still analyzing your anima and anti-anima fields. Modular structure is not yet finalized. Dog's name was Katyusha. As a child, I dreamed of stars. Represent humanity and the Red Hand. We shall explore new spaces.
We will seek to widen the opening. Repeat, please dial up your whispers.
So we've got an AI in there of some sort. Well, she's not an AI. She's a being, essentially, an anima being, because, as I said, the Orochi are here for a reason. There's something in these mountains that's, powerful. So yeah, she's in there. A Soviet version of the Cortana. All you Halo players out there. So that's the entrance into the dungeon. I am gonna go in via the group finder, but before that, again, changing to my dungeon build, which is essentially a similar variation. I just have flashpoint in there to give me the freeze whenever I get to the highest temperature, so I can just spam a couple of Mjolnirs. For shotgun, I use the raging shot. I like getting close. I like moving around. I like being mobile in dungeons. Not in nightmares though. Back in TSW nightmares, I use AR in nightmares, so I can just stay back and just range the crap out of stuff, because nightmares are hard. A lot of people have asked me to change this to one of the group buffing skills. I believe it is called, where are you? There you go, opening shot. This one gives you for 8 seconds everybody's critical power. Your crit damage is increased by 30%. I could do that. I don't know. Let's run one first. I have 18 keys, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna jump into one right now. So dungeons, as you can see, I'm eligible for elite because all it takes is level 50. Again, if you just hit 50, there's nothing stopping you from going in there, except maybe the people that you're going to be paired with, because they are judgmental. They will look at you and wonder if you are item power 100 or more. So if you want to do dungeons, elites, especially when you hit 50, make sure you are in a very casual, new player friendly and laid back cabal, and going together. If you just do it through the LFG tool, it's not a really pleasant experience, I suppose. So I'm gonna go into the facility. Let's get rid of Slaughterhouse and Hell Eternal. Don't want to do those. Maybe Slaughterhouse later, because that's fun. Alright, let's sign up. Ivan says, yeah, I ran into that when I was playing yesterday. I think it's about 10. You guys are talking about the auction house, right? Because yeah, the auction house does have a limit. If you're talking about vendors, I'm not sure, because I remember just selling a whole bunch of stuff to vendors, but I never really had a cap or a limit. And what I mean by vendors is, like, I mean you'll see the Council of Venice guys, the guys in white, they're all over Agartha and all the other zones. Those are the people that I sell them to. Super G Knight, what's up, Super G Knight? He says, there's a gear manager add-on now. No, I've still used the commands, the manual commands, the slash, gear manager, save, solo 1 or whatever. I still use those commands to create and save and update my builds. And then this top bar that I'm using, which is a Mirror's UI top bar, it has this icon here which allows me to just swap to any of the builds that I have on the fly. So it actually makes it super convenient for me to move between builds whenever I'm in dungeon or anything, instead of just having to go to the chat and spend that extra 2 or 3 seconds, in a dungeon, because people are running all the time, moving all the time. You don't want to, it's just a handy thing. So Mirror's UI top bar is the search term you're gonna look for in Google. Wow, slow morning or slow evening. Friend list. We got Crestia. I actually found Crestia yesterday because here, let me see if I can bring up social. When you hit Shift C, you'll bring up this social panel, and you can see a whole bunch of people, posting what their roles are and what kind of activity they want to do. So I found Crestia because in his comment, he had a guild of Malaysian and Singaporean players, and I found that exciting because there's not a lot of us around. There's myself, there's Gareth, I believe, my sister, and there's a few more that I knew back in TSW, but I don't know if they jumped over. And then these guys, so I thought it was kind of cool. So at least whenever I'm playing during the week, oh, there we go, yes. So Crestia is right here, so you can see looking for Singapore or Malaysia players, PST. So I found that really awesome. So there's people in my time zone at least. Okay, here we go. The facility. We got Misawa and Mate in group. It's gonna be fun. First dungeon of the day too. So if you run this for the first time,
assignment received. Initializing.
You will get the extraordinary bag, which has a chance to drop a talisman or a weapon. Hey, hello. Damn it, I want an add-on that can automatically pick the chat. Hi. Alright, let's roll. She is using pistols and elemental, and he's using elemental and shotgun. Hey. Wow. Finally, I find somebody using similar weapons, because I've not run into anybody else playing shotgun and hammer. He's got a cool looking shotgun. What is that? Is that the cryo? Let me see if I can inspect him. Okay, too late. We're starting to fight. Anyway, this guy is the degenerate. He's basically a tank and spank. He has a large AoE on the ground like that, and he's also got another one, which is a circular version of that one, and that's basically poison and toxic or whatever, and it stays on the ground. So you want to tank. You want the tank to like move him away all the time. He's also got smaller AoEs like that. If you stand in front of him, he's gonna punch you. Then he's got that one, those lava rings for the DPS and everybody else in the group. This is basically moving and DPS and moving and DPS. No. Okay, let's defuse 1, 2, and I have cold aggro. I mean, I guess we're all DPS. Oh my god. Oh, that was close. So none of us are really, doing anything with aggro because we're all just DPSing. So, just cool down. I'm overheated. Flashpoint is off CD. Let's pop that. 1, 2. Okay, he's dead. So that's the first boss.
Contact. I read you. Congratulations. Your application is accepted.
Distillate, please. Yes. Oh no, it's a weapon.
You are
Damn it.
accepted into me.
I need to get my ring
Facility
and
9
bracelet
is the
up and my
Anima
effigy
and
as well.
Anti-Anima Research
At least all
Center.
purples first.
Our program is a gateway to the stars.
This way.
Together, we will explore the mysteries of the cosmos. The program researches anima and anti-anima, the life and blood of the cosmos. Do not be alarmed by the term blood. It is not my function to alarm you. I am designed to guide you to the inner-outer reaches.
That's the guy speaking right now.
I'm excited for you to meet Helena. She is the program. We maintain each other.
So Helena is the sort of AI that
Exploring
runs
the
the place.
cosmos is a descent, not an ascent. Helena learned to accept this. So must you.
Ivan says, gotta go, have fun, everyone. See ya, Ivan, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. Gigi Meister says goodbye. Heavy Rain says, how to level up weapons to get 3 pips. You gotta go, you have to pay ARM for it. So, for example, okay, let's put that here. So, upgrade. So you click on this, and then you'll have these options here, right? So, where is it? Here you go, Anima Imbuer. So this is the one. You can improve any MK1 or MK2 into an MK3. This costs you 2,500 ARM. So it's pretty pricey, but I've got 1,000 ARM and I did not spend a single cent on this game. SWL, that is. So it's totally possible for you to get ARM without paying money. So do your dailies whenever you can and start buying ARM in small doses every week. And if you've got alts, you know, everything adds up. So that's one way to do it. Second way is do your dungeons. See if you can buy them off the auction house or whatever. They will come, don't worry. I mean, even if it's MK2, do not worry, dude. The difference between an MK2 and MK3 is so minimal, unless, of course, you want to min-max and stuff. Okay, oh, you know what? I have not inspected this guy, so let's see what shotgun that is. He is using the Sovtech Demolisher. Nice. You are more likely to have depleted uranium shells. That's really nice. So it's the purple ones, which are the bonus damage every time a shell hits. Alright, this guy, this boss has a really interesting mechanic where I don't know what the percentage is, but he will go into like a electroshock thing, which turns the entire whatever basement place we are in into like a, oh my god, into a current heaven where anyone who stands in the way will just get punted and take a huge ton of damage. So you gotta go and hide behind one of these columns, these big columns here. So yeah, basically it looks like that. So everybody's now gonna run and hide behind one of these columns. The fun thing is that once that's done, sometimes he'll put like a ring that kind of blocks people. Like that over there, so that's like a barrier over there. So if your team is hiding behind there, you know, they'll take damage if they pass through. So they gotta go the long way around. And you know, if the fight rages on for a long time, if you take a look at the minimap, you'll see there are a bunch more grids. You can see all the columns. So there's a couple of ways to do this. Your tank can either, you know, drag him along and make it easier for the DPS to move along. But in the story mode for dungeons, really, it does not matter. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Oh shit, that was close. So he's probably gonna follow. He's following me for some reason. No matter. So I'm not really tanking, so I have probably made it harder for my team to come to this guy based on where I've been pulling him. Pay more attention to my rotation because when I talk a lot, I'm not really focused on the fight. Let's cool down real quick. Shotgun. Okay, so he's next uranium thingy-majingy. I'm just gonna run over there. Just pop 1, 2. Okay. So I'll bring him over here so the DPS can. Oh, son of a. Well, that went up faster than usual. Oh, another one! You bastard! Oh, thanks for the heal. So he's got the shotgun reconstructing shells in there. That's one of his utility skills. Oh, he's gonna charge through. If you get caught in the way, you get punted. So that's just a little thing you need to watch out for. Well, 50k. I think we can just blow him out. Let's just get to a heated stage here, where I can pop my fuse here. One more. Okay, let's go. 1, 2. shotgun. You did. So that's that boss. On Nightmare or
Impressive display of
Elite,
anima.
kind of fun.
You
It
have
really will
greatly
depend on
assisted the
your tank or whatever, planning out the grids and shit. So it's kind of fun. Let's hope for something good here in the chest. What do you got? Faded iron sulfur. I've got so many of these in the bank. Holy shit. I would have really appreciated a bracelet here. But then again, if you are, leveling up in an attacking bracelet, it's gonna give you double the upgrade XP. So you're probably not gonna mind that too much. But for everybody else, you'll be wondering why the heck did I get that. For this fight, I will go with my shotgun build. So basically, this is not a tank or spank. This is just, survive, heal, survive, heal. In this room, you'll see a bunch of those nodes, those anima charge nodes, and what happens is you want to be standing in front of one
phase. Do not approach the nodes. Do not touch the
to
nodes.
power them up. At the same time, you'll get attacked by a whole bunch of mobs.
Initially, we
And
had not calculated for
the
anti-anima.
reactor will go
is
into
the byproduct
overload
of
mode,
cutting
and you gotta
into the
climb up the
cosmos.
stairs. And once the thing blows up, you gotta go and move on to the next node. It's simple stuff, really, nothing. So, see, it's about to blow, and you can see the white lines will start to come up on the bottom. Oh, son of a gun! Well, that's basically what I meant, and you want to be at the top of the stairs when that happens, or you'll take damage, which this person has done. Do I have reconstructing shells? I do. So because of that, this node is now it's lit, and I gotta move on to the next one. So here. And just hope that the group follows me as well. Because I don't think it works if it's just one person or something. So yeah, I've got mate over here. So I think two of us can usually do it. Okay, so that's going on. We gotta make it to the top of the stairs as usual. So the second node will now be charged, and then we'll make our way to the third node. I'll just heal people. So that's what this fight is all about. It's nothing to do with DPS or tanking or shit. Oh man, this is a trick. 2-1. Yeah, that happens a lot. I'm not even bothered by doing damage or whatever. Just click your buttons now. So yeah, we're just moving to the next node. Here it comes. Well, it didn't light up for some reason. Okay, now it did. Well, I guess I'm just gonna stand here and charge the thing by myself. They certainly are having a lot of fun up there. What the hell? I guess I gotta spell it out for them. Well, hopefully I get this thing lit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, on to the next node. 2 more to go. I mean, if everybody sticks together, this is a fast fight, but, yeah. If I wasn't streaming, I would do the nice thing and explain it. If there are, like, new players in chat or whatever, I'll explain it to them. we go. Move, move, move. Did not get that one lit, but it's just the last one anyway, so. Where is our third person? There she is. Constructing shells. Okay, last one. Done. But that's basically it. You just gotta move to the nodes and make sure everybody sticks together so it's easier to control, you know, the mobs and heal and whatever. But if everyone's just monkeying around, it takes a lot longer than usual. Minor Talisman Display. Thank you very much. Just what I needed. So that's 500. The highest you can get from one of these chests is 1,006. So there's 3 more chests to go, I believe. So
Staff, please restrain the subjects.
this is a AoE fight. I'm gonna go with my solo one build. Okay, while we're waiting for the person, let's check chat here. Ryan Wolf says it's the Ouroboros virus. Actually, you know what? Hey, Pinch, Secret World is free to play. Why don't you jump in? Come on, jump in, join me. The filth is kind of like, you know, your Ouroboros or whatever Resident Evil mumbo jumbo you like. Yeah, jump in, dude. It's free to play. You got zombies. I know you've been playing a lot of what's that stupid game you always play, dude? Killing Floor 2. You can kill zombies in here too. No big deal. Come on, join me.
Restricted area. You are not being polite.
Jay Franco says, kill them all.
Bioelectric restraints.
Yeah, this is fun because the thing that we're about to kill is that core over there. So it's basically just a machine, and we are gonna be DPSing the machine. We will throw like laser stuff at us and electronical, things that hurt you. Doesn't really hurt a lot, but you don't want to be standing in them. So basically, just a DPS race. Once in a while, you'll see these little drones come out, and they will sort of like heal or power it. So you just want to get rid of them, or the core is going to, I don't know, heal? Pretty basic. At Elite or Nightmare, I know there's you go into different phases as well. There's going to be the grid phase where it sort of segregates the team or the group into different areas separated by a laser, and if you cross those lasers you take a shit ton of damage, sort of like what you're seeing now in the background. So it's kind of fun to try and move in DPS and kite those lasers. You can see I'm being targeted now, so there's going to be a laser following me around everywhere, and you just do your best to stay out of the way and just keep your DPS going. Okay, it's 50% now, so the ring here is going to be up there. 70% is going to be here, and then 100% is going to cover the full room, and everybody dies. Keep the DPS going. You're going to bring this thing down fast. Any drones? No.
Please exit through the nearest
got it. So that's basically that fight. Really simple. As long as we get the drones. So that's why I kind of like having at least one AoE skill in there. Ooh, blue chest. This one means rare chest. But all I've ever got from it is like Faded Bones of King Kao Chu or whatever. Let's just see what we get. I'm not confident at all. I mean, you could get a weapon from here, and Eldritch Tome for me is one of the best weapons for blood magic right now because of the passive. It's incredible if you pair it with one of the skills. So let's see what we get. Faded Bracer, Forgotten Horrors. Whenever an exposed or debilitated enemy attacks you, you deal 17 damage. I don't know. I'll probably just vendor that trash. Unless anybody wants it. I don't know. I'm never gonna use that. Not faded at least. So the next fight here is Filthy Humans, I believe. Yeah. So we got all the affected Red Hand staff in there. Are we all here?
We were
Oh
chosen by the
yes,
hand.
I will need to change my
Selected
build.
from thousands.
Back to dungeon 1.
We passed all the tests. We sacrificed.
Let's go.
Only I survived, but their energies lived on inside me. As will yours.
So this fight, you'll see a bunch of humans on the ground. They will all be reanimated with the filth, or in Pinch's case, Ouroboros. So what we want to do is we want to fight them in areas of the rooms, beginning with the very top. So because when they die, they spawn the black pool of filth, which isn't, it's gonna be AOE, so like that. And they are persistent. They're gonna stay on the ground. So you step through that, you're gonna take damage. And there's gonna be like 4 more of these guys. So you want to fight them at the top here. So it gives you some room at the back there when they come back alive, basically. And they will come back alive, and not just one at a time, all of them at once. I'll take the surgeon. Okay, a couple more, I believe. And these are all, they're kind of like Secret Worlders. They're all using our weapons and shit. They've got elementals. See, these guys with pistols. That one's holding a hammer. Overheating. Okay, now we prepare for them all to come back. So this is, 1 or 2 massive AoE skills will get rid of everybody. Because I'm single target right now, doesn't matter, just get in there, just keep gassing. And that's it. That's basically, it's not a boss fight, but it does award you chests. I mean, it is a boss fight, but it's got interesting mechanics. It's not a tank and spank with one boss or whatever. Yes, please. More minor talisman displays. This is awesome. This is a great run so far. 500, 500, 1,000. Yes. Excellent. Great run. Yeah, let me help you with that. So this is now the final boss, which is Helena herself. I'm not going to explain this one. I'm just going to let you guys watch it.
They recruited us to be phantom cosmonauts. At first, we misunderstood. But then they showed us the opening. They cut into us, so we could cut into the cosmos. The true cosmos. These channels prepare me. Anima, it is the life. But then came anti-anima, the blood. The goal of the program is to create the first Voyager. Not someone who floats in a suit mere mind miles from the Earth. No, someone to explore the inner outer reaches.
Oh shit. I'm in a bug group. I totally forgot. They must have started the fight, right? Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay, so basically, she is the AI for Red Hand. They were playing this, how the Soviets back in the day, they were playing to send like the first dog to the moon, the first thing to the moon, the first this and that. Experimenting stuff, really. And this is one of their experiments that kind of survived the Cold War era, but it was never shut down or anything. So that's why when we came across the truck, this thing was still sending out transmissions, which I just screwed up my own rotations there. Shit. Now I'm out of cooldowns. Okay, never mind. Fight more, talk less.
Blood and whispers. They promised me the cosmos for so long. Anima only holds us back. The program is glorious.
A couple of dogs are going to be coming out right now. Do we have enough DPS to take down the dogs? Oh no, she pulled me into the field. Oh, you bloody... How dare you? Oh, I hate this effect. I'm getting out of here. Fuck this shit. I can't see shit in there. Oh, you was nearly pulled off my cooldown and she had to interrupt me. Oh, you'll get what's coming to you. 75, okay, fuse, let's go. 1, 2, 3, shotgun. doggies out. So the radical system in this type of scenario is interesting because when you've got the boss to aim at, and then you've got all the ads running in front of the boss, running behind the boss. Your reticle becomes, it changes targets a lot, and that is going to be an interesting thing for you dungeon runners to keep an eye on, because that crit hit that was, you aim for the boss, if it hits the ads, it doesn't matter kind of thing. So that's going to be really interesting. It's real different from tap targeting. I've actually not checked if you can actually lock targets with your reticle. I don't know, but so far, pretty much just keep it on, you'll be fine. Let's see here. Okay, 82. 1, 2, cooldown. Reload the shotgun.
Screaming stars, impale me with beauty.
You can see over there, that's like Agartha right there. And on the other side, I'm sure you guys have seen that before, if you know what I mean. I have aggro, I think. She's looking at me. So let's get up to 80, at least 80 or 70. Okay, let's do that. Fuse. 1, 2, 3, cooldown.
I'm the first true traveler. I'm the modular structure. Why do you ground me? I trained for this. They
3
made
seconds
me
for
for
fuse. Use this real quick. Okay, cooldown. Let's get up to 70, 70, 70, 71. Okay, there we go. 1, 2,
Screaming stars, impale me with beauty, the anthem of dreams.
It's basically just staying out of the filth pools now and just DPSing her until she goes down. I can't remember any other mechanic here.
Screaming stars, impale me with beauty, the anthem of dreams. Contact. Good night.
Good night.
The cosmos is cold and pierced with promises.
So, let's take a look at this.
This is a restricted area. You are not being polite. Engaging bioelectric restraints.
So that is, you saw this in the Tokyo subway as well. When you're standing there, or when Sarah's standing there, and you get to play as her. So that's really, really interesting. If you guys, played through the story, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's open the chest. This has a chance for an extraordinary talisman. Cheers. Okay, this has a chance. Let's see what kind of weapons we got here. Again, the Eldritch Tome is something I would love to get. 6 shooters used to be good. I think they nerfed it recently. So, hit talisman, Ashes of Crushed Cities. I mean, this is really one of the best DPS hit talisman pieces you could get, I suppose, if it's like a Radiant. So let's just go open that and see what we get. Oh, Eldritch Tome, tier 1. Oh, damn, it's tier 1. Okay, here's why I like it a lot. So your blood magic damage over time effects deals 75% more damage. In addition, your Reap, Desecrate, and Runic Hacks, which is one of my favorite blood skills, will give you 4 more corruption. So 75% more damage over time, right? So if you open your blood right now and you look at like Eldritch Scourge, so this is almost everything here, all your over time shit does 75% more damage. I mean, it's a great, I think it's one of the best looking weapons to match abilities on a weapon so far, so that's kind of cool. I did have one for my healing tune, but it was like a warding or something, so I gave that away or threw it away. But this is recovery. What's recovery again? Can't remember what the recovery thing is. Recovery is you receive 1% more health. I don't know. Let me get on and look at the auction house and see what that's going for. I will check chat in the meantime. Heavy Rain says, and I love your channel. What? How to level up weapons to get 3 pips and how to install add-ons. installing add-ons is very simple. I mean, you have your Funcom folder depending on where your installation directory is. So what you want to do is, if you go to like places like Curse Mods, for example, and you download, you could do it the easy way, which is you download the Curse installer. I don't like doing that because it just slows down my computer. I've got too many, softwares and stuff as it is, and clients and shit. So just download the raw file, you extract it, or you unzip it, and you'll have like the folder. Grab the folder and you put it into your Funcom data, the Funcom Secret World Legends data, GUI, customized, Flash, and then you just paste it there. I think that's the directory. I mean, it's just off memory, but it should be that. So just go to one of the pages and you'll usually see the instructions right at the bottom, so you should be fine, man. What else? I love your channel. Keep doing what you love. Thank you, Heavy Rain. I appreciate that. I intend to, really, because I like doing reviews, and there's so many more MMOs to do. And Secret World Legends, I've got until end of July, but I'm going to put out the review as soon as possible, really, because there's a couple of MMOs that I played that major stuff are coming out. Lord of the Rings Online, for example, the Mordor expansion is coming out. I'm going to be jumping back into Mordor. And then the next top 10 MMO review. I still am waiting for more suggestions. I've got Neverwinter and I've got Rift so far. Those two. The third one, Black Desert Online, is also being suggested a lot, but I can't do it because of region blocks, and I'll have to actually pay more money to bypass that with a proper VPN or get banned. So I'm not going to do Black Desert Online, unfortunately, in the near future. Until they drop the locks, that is. So Neverwinter, Rift, any more out there, throw it. You've got about 2-3 weeks to decide that. Heavy Rain also says, and I'm sorry if I am boring, how to get action bar in numbers. Sure, no problem. So basically, open your controls. Here you go. You scroll down under action bar. It's right here. So controls, action bar. And usually you'll see what your usual bars are. For me, there was one that uses your left click and your right click mouse buttons. I don't want to ruin my mouse because it's an expensive mouse, and I don't like clicking too many stuff for my skills, so I'll just put numbers on everything in there, including this primary mouse with one button. The reason why I started with 9 is actually because my number 1 button does not work. It freaking doesn't work, the number 1 button. So unfortunately, I just put something as 9 there because I just have an extra button, and 9 is not used for anything in the bar, so there's that. Once that's done, you just hit apply and you're good to go. Hey presto. Justo in space. Hello, Justo. He says, nice, just made it to Transylvania yesterday. Yeah, me too. And I got rid of all the opening quests and stuff. Have you done Cost of Magic yet? What do you think about that? Cost of Magic. It's been a while. I did it this morning, and it was less frustrating experience than it was when I first did it. So that's kind of cool. Jay Fairclough says, you're an arsehole. You got me wanting to start playing this game again. Yeah, you should, dude. I mean, again, it depends on your free time and what else you're playing. I know you're doing Elder Scrolls. You're leveling Nightblade, aren't you? So, yeah, it's all about timing, dude. But you can wait for the Steam release if you wanted to. I'm sure there's going to be a more influx of players there. It really, really depends. Steam release for Secret Legends at the end of the month, which is sort of where I want to put the review out before that. So, a lot of people who are waiting on the Steam review, still unsure whether they want to jump in. Hopefully, there's going to be enough in-depth content for you. I mean, not just from me. A lot of other reviewers have already said what they needed to say about Secret World Legends. So, there's that. I'm just trying to add something different to the table, by going into the retro perspective as well, looking at what TSW was and what SW is now, and just content here and there. Heavy Rain says, thanks, Adrian. No problem, dude. Anytime. Justo says, nice. I'll have to look into that. Custom Magic. Yeah, don't look too hard. No, I will never repeat that quest again. So here is my daily dungeon reward. This is the first dungeon of the day reward. That's an extraordinary bag. I'm just gonna take that and pray it's another good one. So I don't get any anima shards for doing a dungeon that you've already completed once. So, but you do get XP, which is great. So let's open this up and let's see what we get. We have a luminous fishbone medallion. Hooray for tanking stuff. The passive here is whenever you lose health well below 50% of your maximum health, your protection is increased by 350 for 5 seconds. That ain't bad. I suppose if you're a tank, you want that. I could actually use that in case I'm trying to solo stuff later on. Don't know how hard Tokyo is going to be in this game, but whenever I ran in Tokyo in old TSW, I always have like a tanky item with me. I mean, I've got one up here. Yeah, I could probably fuse this, so I will keep this, I suppose. And this one I'll ship it off to my alt. Garrulus, loving Secret World Legends so far, playing from East Malaysia. Do you get disconnects? I do not. I don't get disconnects, Garrulus. I do, however, get lots of crashes. As you can see from my top bar here, I'm playing from West Malaysia, and my ping isn't great. So unfortunately, you know. But so far, you've seen me do dungeons in PvP. It's not really much of an issue. I never really get disconnects in Secret World ever, even back in the old game. So, okay, now for a change of pace, we're gonna go jump into a dungeon as a healer and see what that's like. I mean, I've not done that before on stream, I don't think. And my alt is now in the Savage Coast, and I think she's done a Hellraise, I believe, is the first dungeon. Asvig02 says, 102 says, great stream as always, Adrian. Thank you, Asvig. I appreciate it. DJ says, how do you send gear to the other characters on your account? Through the Cabal Bank. All my characters, all my alts are in the same Cabal. So my sister's in my Cabal. So whenever I make alts, I'll get my sister to invite my alts in. So that's how that works. So basically, my Cabal Bank is like a shared Cabal for all my alts, so that's where all the items are stored. Which is why, like, I've got a few people asking me, "Hey, dude, can I join your Cabal?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm sorry, because I'm only in my own Cabal for the personal storage, and once I've cleared everything up, then I'll probably move this guy to like a proper Cabal to run group stuff and game stuff when I'm geared." So I'm kind of happy with that. I have daily challenges, but I'm going to do this after the stream. So let's go jump into my alt right now. Let's try and heal. I've got about half an hour before I got to go. Any other questions and stuff you guys want to put out there? Do it. Jay Farrakov says, yeah, man, but I have all the time in the world to play other games. I hear you, dude. Ah, man, I would love to buy an extra 4 hours a day. Kirsten, let's go. So she's using, I had the hard decision of thinking which character do I want to claim my Shadowbound Revenant, Kiss of the Revenant weapons on, and it ended up being Kirsten because she's got she's blood and AR, and I didn't really like the base look for the AR look. I mean, everybody's using like the M16. I think I'm not an expert on rifles, guys. I do apologize, but I believe that looks like an M16 with the sniper scope up there. So, and you just got the brown Starbucks yearly annual planner, the Starbucks journal that everybody seems to be using for blood magic. So with the Shadow Revenant stuff, it's really cool. You can see it just looks really good. My gun's like an AK-47, and then this just looks like a Harry Potter tome spell book or something like that. So that's really cool. So my alt over here is more of, I don't really have a healing build because I've not played her that much to buy all the skills that I need to be a proper healer. So you can see my bar down there. That's like just a basic DPS stuff. I've got all the dots, damage over time stuff, and then like I said, I hate the whole grenade mechanic stuff for AR. But so that's why, because the reason I hate it is because it takes one extra skill space, or skill slot, I should say. Whereas in every other weapon, you do have the flexibility to add one more skill, another slot. But with AR, you're always forced to use two. You gotta use one of your power skills, and then you gotta have the grenade skill, which is really annoying. But it could be a good thing because you've got the anima canister. This thing is a healing grenade. I've got 10 AP. I should totally just buy that right now. So let's get rid of that. So how it works is, for those who do not play the assault rifle, whenever you use your assault rifle, you have a certain percentage to load a grenade. And when you've got a grenade, your AI down here, your UI down here will show you that there's a grenade. Then there's a timer. You gotta shoot it. You gotta get rid of the grenade using one of the grenade skills here within 4 seconds, or it's gonna blow up on you and it's gonna cause you damage, which is shit. Because how blood works is, when you go down the corruption side, you're already using your own health to do more damage. So add the whole grenade factor, and it becomes a piece of crap to try and juggle the two of them. But that's what makes it a little fun, because it's something different. You have to live with it. You have to find a workaround for that. So I just bought the anima canister, which is basically, could be a heal, could be a self heal, could be a group heal, whatever. On the right it says, if the grenade is fully cooked before launch, the healing is improved to 113, and the group healing is improved to 455. So it's decent, it's not bad. The problem with me is timing. I don't really have the time to look at the grenade thing down there and see how many seconds left or whatever. I guess it's something I've got to work on. As for other skills, let's see here. Blood healing. Is there like a passive for the grenades? Bolstering shot? No, I've got a vital shot, which is something right here. And large canister, is that it? Your anima canister is expanded in size, allowing you to load more energy. All group members healed by its ability will also gain beneficial effect for a second, which causes their attacks to heal them. Oh, that's actually pretty good. How far deep in is that? I need 10 SP, 20 SP, 30 SP. I have 31. I should probably try that. But I'm kind of happy with this build anyway. I tell you what, I'm just gonna jump in first as a DPS, see how that works. If the first group, if the first pug run I go in is, yeah, I'll just change it on the fly. So yeah, I've already fused 2 of my Shadowbound weapons. So this one is energy, also energy here. No glyphs yet because she's only level 26 and I'm still in the Savage Coast. I've got 1 healing. Occult Talisman here, and the rest is just DPS. This one, Luminescent Aggression, is pretty cool. I picked this up sometime this week, so let's go Q for Hell Raise, I believe it is, in the Savage Coast. Shift V is group. Here we go. Story mode. Hell Raise. There we go. I will Q as either one of these two. Let's see if it pops. It's the weekend. It's Sunday, 11:30 p.m. here, so hopefully. Justo in Spaces, I'm using the assault rifle and elemental at the moment. Oh, how are you finding it, dude? Is that you finding it good? We got Zedicus in chat. Hey Zedicus, how you doing, man? He says there is a passive that increases the fuse time and makes it so you take no damage. That is, I should have probably looked at the passives thing longer, because I've only been looking at the blood, and I've been just buying all my SPs on blood. Because this character hit level 20 before the July 5th patch, so I actually don't have all those double AP SP bonus. But moving forward, I guess I should really put more into that. Explosive Expert. The skill with explosive allows you to increase the fuse time to greater 9 seconds. Also, your grenades are now fully cooked when they have 6 seconds. If a grenade detonates before you launch it, you are no longer harmed.
Time is running out. Wicker is here.
I will have to take something out though. Let's rock and roll. Oh, sorry. Everyone's waiting on me. Let's roll. Chat, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, we have a Revenant looking person here. Oh, look at that. Oh. Ooh. So that person's healing, so I really don't have to do anything. But look at the amount of Revenants coming out. Revenants everywhere, man. Everyone's using their Shadowbound weapons, which is cool. This person is using a Shadowbound Blood, so am I. So yeah, you'll see Revenants all over the fucking place, man. That's really awesome. Again, at Endgame, I don't know how many, Endgamers will look at the Shadowbound weapons and think that's viable. The energy suffix is cool, but when you look at traditionally how things were at TSW, everybody's gonna want Havoc, right? To max out your crit glyphs and then there's sickness too. So So I suppose I'll just stay DPS here and just
Your sweet,
burn stuff down.
virginal life. It is fuel to them.
Okay, nothing's coming. I can barely see anything because of all the bubbles and healing effects here. So that's one Revenant. There's my Revenant. And these guys they don't do much damage at all. I don't even know if they skill. But after a while, you know, the novelty of seeing a Revenant come out, it just wears off. Here it comes. Here it comes. This guy's making it really easy because, you know, with blood skills, as I said, if your corruption is pretty high, you will take damage. He's not letting us take damage. What does he have here? Exact same thing as I do, but he's got purely healer rating stuff right now. He's wearing purely heals. Anyway, we have a rare chest. Let's see what we get here. Shotgun. I want to say this is a MK2 destruction. That's pretty good. Whenever you spend a shell, you have a 20% chance to cause your next shotgun attack to deal more damage. So it's pretty much like the Revenant, I suppose. 20% chance to do extra damage. It's an MK2. Well, I was considering using the Shadowbound shotgun for my main, because the only I'm using a shotgun restoration right now, which doesn't really do anything. I mean, for solo play, it does give you that health back, but I assume everybody watching has already done this phase, or done this dungeon, because it's, you know, one of the early level dungeons. So I'm hoping me not explaining things will be alright. But basically, in one of the first streams when I did do the Hell Dungeon, I can explain that this guy, Theodore Wicker, you know, he's out to prove everybody was wrong about demons, and he studies demons in the occult. Travels in the Hell Dimension. So this is just a continuation of that story, essentially. This boss, below, you'll see down there's like a fire. That fire is going to come all the way up here, and if we don't kill him in time, it's going to engulf everybody, and we are going to die. So kind of DPS race here, but it's if you just pull him back up, because you do have some leeway, you can go up pretty far. So as long as you keep bringing him backwards, it's fine. This green thing is really just to stand in it. Stand outside, you will take damage. So that's that. I've not had to do a single heal because this guy has been terrific with his healing, so I guess I'll just chill and just spam my attacks, which aren't even good anyway. More dissuades, that's great. You know, I should probably pour them into my FEG right now and get rid of my healing thing. There's lore up there for people watching. There'll be 2 lores up there, so when you jump into story dungeons for the first time, you know, just out of courtesy, just tell your group, hey, I'm going to take a couple of minutes to, you know, grab the lore. It's my first time doing it, and people will wait. Usually, I find people will wait. Revenant glanced. All the trouble to spawn, you know, they've got a cool animation where they, you know, they do the typical Revenant spawn thing. Let's see if we get it. So yeah, he's spawning, and then he does his thing, and then he glances. What the hell? Oh, Revenant spawning at the same time, awesome. grenade. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna put it in here. Ah, that's easy. Well, if I can find an Eldritch Tome that's tier of a better MK. Oh shit. Then I will probably do some leveling up with this character, because I am really interested to heal in Legends, you know, because of the reticle mode, and see how much skill that takes and how much proactiveness. Which I find really interesting. Okay, I'm moving over there. So yeah, this fight, really tank and spank. You have a bunch of platforms, lava will erupt on them, and you want to move from platform to platform, or you know, you'll take damage. That's basically it. Nothing that fancy about this fight at all. Oh shit. Whee. Oh no. Okay, that wasn't a really... tried to aim in at her, but it didn't really work. Oh, middle! Center, center, center! I need more corruption skills. They'll be fun. Because I know I'm probably bringing this group down, because I do have like a healing talisman in there. I probably should have leveled up more DPS talismans. But again, with the whole anima shard issue, is that it's gonna take you longer, and it's gonna be more work to level up a healing talisman alongside your DPS talismans. So I guess what I would do is just, I could just buy rare quality talismans off the auction house, which is the blue ones. They'll just make my life easier, I suppose, so I don't have to go through the whole process of bringing them up again from, you know, whatever, luminous, faded, blah blah blah. Checking chat here. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for the explosive expert tip there. I really hadn't looked into the AR stuff because I was just focusing on blood so much that I've never really, you know, looked into AR. So that is a great tip. Thank you very much. Gigi says, "What's the Revenants about? I've noticed people spawning them." Yeah, it's from the weapons. It's from the ARG weapons basically. So if you took part in the ARG, you'll get a whole bunch of weapons. They are just, I mean, what it does, the Revenant spawn has a 20% chance to spawn, basically. And when they spawn, it's like an extra attack. They will attack whatever you're attacking for a percentage of the damage. And that's basically just it. The suffix, as I said earlier, is energy, so basically that. It just spawns, does its damage, and then it buggers off. Doesn't really stay for a cup of tea, or doesn't tell me how his day was. Wow, the spawn rates on these things. I asked somebody maybe yesterday, people saying that the spawn rates or the spawn chance for the Revenants are like 1 in 5. So every 5 attacks you'll spawn a Revenant or something. I don't know. Here's one. Oh! So I caught that. He did like 290 damage or something like that. So. Again, it's not much. I'm sure it will scale with all your glyphs and stuff. I mean, it's cool. I wouldn't sacrifice my current epic quality gear on my main, you know, just to level up Revenants now. I think it's too late for that. So in a way, Funcom is really smart about delaying, you know, giving us the Revenant weapons early. So by delaying the ARG weapons, everybody has already, you know, spent money and spent time on upgrading all the weapons and shit. Now we've got the Revenant stuff. Now everybody's like, oh no, I got to have this at, you know, got to have this at MK3 and epic or anima quality or whatever. So I'm gonna have to spend money now. Naughty, naughty, Funcom. But yeah, I mean, as low-B weapons, as low-level weapons, they're really, really cool. I don't know about Endgame, as I said. So there's nothing to kill, they just bugger off.
Once, all was perfect. Like you.
This late. Oh,
But it
this is
was
like my
left to
fourth
rot in
one
the
this weekend.
firehouse
Whenever
of
you
its
heal an
planters.
allies below 50%
So
maximum health,
cruel.
you have 11% chance to generate 1 energy. I've got a bunch of that in her bank, in this alt's bank, which is, I don't know. I already have one luminous amulet here. We'll see. I'm so not into gearing this character right now because all my focus is on the main one. Because I do plan to do Elite 1 next weekend, so I've got a lot to think about. Glyphs especially. And as somebody mentioned in chat earlier, I need to clear my freaking bags. I will. I will, don't worry about it. Oh hey, I just realized his character's name. Lin Wulin Fing. Nice. Must be a dragon. Stereotype. Yeah, there's a little trick there. Just jump over the side. You'll pull them. This boss is pretty interesting. I really like this fight. So she starts off with that. So you want to be in that circle when that happens, or you'll take damage. And then you just attack and spank until she goes into this golden globe of protection thing. And then the fun starts. So for healing, right? So if you want to, scroll between group members, what you can do is you can mouse wheel's not working for some reason. So there's 2 ways to do it. You can just hit your F1, F2, F3 to scroll between your defensive targets. So for example, blue blood bone right now is. I'm just gonna put F2. Goes to him. So if I shoot something now, the healing will go to him because he's F2. He is my defensive target right now, just like that. There we go. And then let's see if my mouse scroll works again. Scroll up, goes back to me. Scroll down. Scrolling down doesn't freaking work. God damn it. I guess I need to change my mouse if I want to be a healer. Or you can always hit the F2 button and do it that way. The other way is, of course, you can click the Alt button and then manually change defensive targets here, which I do not recommend. I don't recommend doing that. So my defensive target is Bloodborne again. I'm just gonna hit heal. Just help him out a bit. Even though I know he doesn't need it. Really, I know he doesn't need it. F1 is myself. Okay. We got more monsters coming. This mechanic's basically if these Rakshasas or whatever they're called reaches her, she's gonna get a buff or it's gonna blow up or something. I can't remember because it's been so long since I've actually seen her or seen these things get to her because we've always managed to kill them in time. So I don't even remember what happens if we let them reach her. Probably like a bomb or something because you can see they're kind of going off. They're like ticking like a bomb or something. So. Okay. Just throw out some vital shots once in a while, see if I get a grenade. Only has like a 30% chance for a grenade or something. So. Okay, grenade. Ooh. Oh no! Oh no! It's gonna blow. Oh, we got rid of that. Oh. Okay, time to spam the AoE. We should just focus on the boss right now. Just single target the boss, and then when these things come in range, just use an AoE. You'll be fine. Of course. Now the whole power, conserving power is total mechanic here. You want to be careful about that, so. Spam, 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 spam. Done. She did. Hit Talisman. Ashes of Crushed Cities are here, right? So, God, oh no. Faded Pigment from Beyond. The trash mobs. This is like back then it's like the most difficult trash mobs ever because a lot of people don't realize you gotta move them. You know, when they spawn that crap, you gotta move them. If you don't move them, they're gonna be constantly bubbled. So you gotta move them out. Fortunately. Now that the thing is expired, just pew pew. Revenants, there we go. It seems to me like both our Revenants are spawning at the same time, so the chance is pretty much fixed, I suppose. I kind of like how he's dressed as a Revenant, so he's totally getting in. He's totally role playing. Yeah, while we wait for her, I'll check a chat. Heavy Rain says, how to level up weapons to get 3 weapon pips. You have to buy, you cannot do it by any way, you know, through like a upgrading system or anything. You have to buy the item, Heavy Rain, that will change your MK from 2 to 3. That is the only way so far that you can use for Aurum. Other than that, you'll have to pick up like a 3rd pip weapon and do it manually from the start again, unfortunately. But if you do have Aurum, and as I said, you can get a fairly good amount of Aurum a week if you know, do your dailies, you'll be fine. Next question. Jay Farkov says, always love the live stream. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate that, man. You know I do. GG Maestro says, I remapped scroll friendly placer tab. I found my reticles or something. Tab was selected. Oh. Oh, GG Meister, you're the man. So keep your reticle on players, and then your scroll works fine. You can see I'm just scrolling between myself. So he's defensive target 2, defensive target 3, and then back to 1. It's just me. Excellent. Have a bingo cola on me. All right, this guy, this boss, the machine tyrant. Okay, he's got the bubble thingy. You want to bring him over this anima well-looking things. Stay out of AoE, and just DPS him until he, you know, starts bubbling again. And a new anima-looking well will pop up somewhere around here. So there's one right there. So whenever he gets a bubble, just bring him over, just like that, and then you know you can start damaging him again. At certain health thresholds, he will run to the middle and he will spawn bombs and stuff, which you just gotta avoid. Fairly simple fight for story mode, but it'll be an absolute DPS check later on, I think. So we're gonna move him into the well here. You saw bombs moving across the ground. Heal myself here and scroll down to can I see him? No, it's too far. Okay, scroll's not working again for some reason. Okay, there we go, I got him. Grenade. So it's 5 seconds now. I think Digimeister asked that, you know. Is grenades RNG for now, yeah. Like, but certain skills, certain AR skills will give you a higher percentage to try and get a grenade. Like the basic heal skill that I have is like a 33% chance, but you know there's other skills in there with 60% chance to get a grenade and stuff like that. So. This guy is cooking slowly because a lot of my attacks are freaking glancing, they're missing. Yeah, I really need to level up some. Let's do the dance. Do the dance. Love this part. Class over here. Oh, Revenant. I pity my Revenant every time he spawns when, you know, the tyrant's in his bubble face because he's doing no damage essentially. to the middle. Usually, you know, I don't recommend you do this, but I really don't care about the damage because I've got self heals and stuff. But when he starts popping the bombs, he's actually vulnerable, so you can't damage him. So a lot of people, you know, they just stand back and wait for it to be done with the bombs, but don't waste time. Just if you got a healer as good as this guy, then just go up in his face and start DPSing. You'll end the fight way quicker. Oh, son of... I thought I was a... Grenade! Heal. Okay, the grenades with the, you know, explosive expert or whatever that passive is way better now because you've got the 5-second buffer. I don't even need to think about it now. Whereas without the passive, it was such an annoying thing. So he's gonna drop the shield when the bombs come up. Again, just DPS. DPS. Damage you take is super minimal anyway. You got a couple of self heals in full time. Got a grenade. If you see me running around like I'm not doing anything, I actually am. It's one of my skills. It's one of the best DOT skills. But it just looks like I'm not doing anything. But my right hand is actually casting some spells. You just can't see it. DPS, come on. 7,000, we got him. It's gonna go for another bomb run, I think. Or one ugly... Oh, cutscene, yeah, that's right.
So sorry. Your princess is in another castle.
Saccharissa. You came for me, I presume. I wouldn't want to seem ungrateful, but emotion is a phantom itch now. We are not of the same species, you and I. I have no nostalgia for Earth. I cut it out. My body rejected it. Do you know, it was the soul I stripped away which allowed me to commit such awful crimes. Psychopathy is a quite human trait. Now I am beyond the cage of humanity. I am rarefied.
Rarefied.
This dimension has worked a great alchemy on me. And in return, I mean to restore it to greatness. Every petrified forest must start from a single manganese seed. You're feeling short of breath. The atmosphere is oxidizing your blood, turning it to metal. In my realm, that which does not make you stronger kills you. Go back to your world. Go back with my thanks. When present matters are concluded, I'll see to it that the rifts are welded closed. You have my word.
You, me, on a beach of razor fossils. The vultures of Lang plucking your nerve endings like a fabulous instrument. Call me sometime.
So that's that. I mean, those of you that played through the Hell story, really interesting, as I said in previous streams. Rare chest for the final chest, excellent. Either give me an Ashes of Crushed Cities or give me an Eldritch Tome MK3. Come on! Oh shit. Hello there. Whenever you hit the enemy, the same enemy three times in succession, you deal 24 physical damage. Great. So I've got 2 Luminous Ashes now. I mean, I was really hoping for a Radiant, but again, RNG, it's never gonna give you what you want. So I'll probably have to buy the Aurum thingy to upgrade it to a tier 3 or something. But that's good, I suppose. I mean, these things cost, I don't know how much they are in the AH. I'll have a look later. All right, let's head out of here. Checking chat. Where are we now? Paladin of Light. Hey, Paladin of Light. He says, I got the cowboy gun and I like it. Are you talking about the 6-shooters? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I mean, the extraordinary weapons, when they do drop, they've got really cool cosmetics in it. I kind of like it, which is why in old TSW, weapon cosmetics were a thing, man. I was so happy that every few months or whatever, they'll add like cosmetic skins in the store, or you could transfer and buy them off vendors and whatever. And events would also have cosmetic weapons. I believe I had the golden gilded event, so sorry, cosmetic skins. So that turned all my weapons into pure gold looking stuff, and it was awesome. I just hope they bring over those as soon as possible. What else we got? J. Fairglove asks, so what WTF is that you're fighting? That is the machine target. I don't know. It's basically a creature from hell. I actually don't remember like the monster's history or anything. There's so much lore and stuff in this game that I try to cram into my head, so I don't necessarily know details of some stuff. Except maybe the main stories. Jay says, damn, the demon has burger nipples. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Kira says, hello Kiras. And Paladin of Light says, yes. Yeah, 6-shooters. Yeah, that sounded like a good gun, and then everyone on Discord was saying how they nerfed it because the passive was too strong or something like that. I don't know, I don't have a pistol user here except my third alt, which is, I parked him for now, because I just don't have the time to play so many alts. Let's open this and see what we get. It is a Faded Linen Amulet. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna log back into my main here. Basically, healing, it's... people will ask, you'll see people asking, what's the most optimal healing build, which healing weapons are best, and I'm trying to figure that out myself, because I kind of like having, the freedom or diversity to play 2 different classes, because I cannot see myself being able to, use more than 3 or 4 weapons on my main character within the next 3-4 months, because that's going to take a lot of AP, and because of what I do here, I cannot, play forever. Even as a lifetime patron, I can't spend 4 or 5 months in the game at one time. I have to jump around a lot. So, for me to play different weapons and go, all in the different builds, I have to make different characters for them. So, but for healing wise, I don't know. I know fists are still healing weapons, which is something I was initially interested in because I did get like an MK3 fist weapon of some sort, and I do know they heal. They used to heal in TSW. I just don't know if they heal here or not. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, there we go. So you can see green health and shit. Recuperate, outgrow. These are all healing stuff. So you've got about 3 different heal weapons, and then main healing weapons, and then the rest, like for example shotgun and whatever, you can always earn some health back via little ways. So I will explore that on my own time, I suppose. Oh, is it midnight yet? Oh yes, it is midnight. So I guess I'm gonna have to call the stream, guys. Long day tomorrow. So again, for those of you that joined halfway through or towards the end, or you're just joining us, unfortunately, next weekend is going to be the very last leveling stream for Secret World Legends, and I would have finished, I'm hoping to finish the Carpathian Fangs by then, on Jeremy Adrian here. And then what I would do is I would try to gear my character within the week up to like 100 item power, so that next weekend when I do stream, I could jump into Elite 1 for Polaris and see if we can knock that out of the park, because there's been a lot of talk about elites and all this item power bullshit. So it'll be crappy if I don't go, or I don't end the stream showing those that are interested what is the current end game for Secret World Legends. because as soon as I finish the streams, I'm gonna spend a week to make the review. It's probably gonna be the longest review I've done so far, and I'm not saying that because all my reviews seem to get longer and longer. It's not the case, because there's just so much to talk about. There's the good parts, there's the comparison parts, there's the new player parts, there's the bad parts, and there's just so much to talk about, and I'm gonna do it all in one video, because the second video, which I usually reserve for my issues or my negative experiences, that's gonna be second video is gonna be more about the Secret World versus Secret World Legends, and just compare the two and see which game actually had the right idea but the execution was better. That's gonna be that, and that was an idea by a friend of mine who was a former TSW player, who was like, I don't have the time anymore, so why don't you just make a video that just shows me what's the difference, what's changed, which is better. And I thought that's a great idea. And the third video is a new player guide. I've never done a guide before, not on this channel. I've never done a new player guide, but somebody was saying you should probably do it, and I'm like, sure. That was a good idea. So I've got 3 videos coming out for Secret World Legends, all before August, hopefully. I'll come back for the events. Of course I will. I'll come back for Flappy, which is the Whispering Tide event. Again, because it's the opening ceremony, the opening community event that's going to open up the Tokyo Agartha portal. And that's crucial because the story continues into Tokyo. Being part of the first one on the Secret World was absolutely phenomenal. And we get to do it all over again, which is really interesting because I kind of missed a large chunk of that, as I said earlier. Kira says the albino alt. It's not. It's just bleached hair. He just bleached. Nothing wrong with some bleached hair. I would never do that in real life, which is why in MMOs I just do that. The things I can't do to myself in real life, or the things I don't want to do to myself in real life, I'll do it on a character. Because, why the hell not, right? Okay, final words from chat. Gigi Meister says, have a good one, man. Thanks for the stream. Thank you very much. I appreciate you hanging out. And hopefully, you guys all have my IDs on screen. That's my nickname. You guys want to add me in chat or whatever. Any of the Secret World Legend players here, you feel free to add me, whenever I'm free or whatever. If you guys want to do lairs, you guys want to do elites, anytime in the coming months, just send me a ping, and we'll have some fun. Jay Fairclough says, enjoyed the hell out of the stream, dude. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you seeing you on stream every week. I really appreciate that. Have a good week, man. Zeticus says, awesome stream, bro. Thank you so much. Again, I appreciate it, Zeticus. I will see you guys soon. Graspy says, peace out, peeps. Alright, guys, all of you hanging out, chat, thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and enjoy the week ahead. It's Monday tomorrow. Oh, hang on. Carlos, just in time to sneak one last comment in. It says, greetings from Brazil. Greetings, Carlos, from Brazil. Awesome. That's so cool. Brazil, huh? Secret World Legends is not region locked in Brazil, is it? I don't think so, right? Because you could download the client directly from the website. So I think it should be available to you. But that's cool, man. Carlos, appreciate that. Jay Freckles says, I just want to kill you in ESO. You'll get your chance someday, I assure you. I am very killable. Alright, guys, I am gonna go make some coffee and just, wrap things up here. Finish up my challenge and stuff. So I'm gonna end the stream right now. Again, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Any questions that you guys have about Secret World or the add-ons or whatever, I will probably post that in the description box or in the comments. I'll put a sticky comment or something like that, so when it does process after the video's done, you'll see all the information. But if there's something that you want to ask, feel free to send a comment or anything like that, and I'll get to you as soon as possible. So once again, I'm Jeremy Adrian, and I thank you guys for watching. Laters.